What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Little different today. The Monster Cast is actually broadcasting my Recognition and Respect podcast. Something I've been working on and off for like the last couple years, basically interviewing people that I admire, that I recognize, that I respect, and just kind of like getting their journey and trying to give them the platform to talk about all the cool stuff they're doing. And today I have Gracie in the studio. Graciela, she keeps correcting me. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody. I'm Graciela, and I am currently Miss Southeast Los Angeles, representing Southeast Los Angeles in the Miss California pageant on the road to Miss United States. So thank you so much for supporting me, and you know, like I feel like you jumped on it, and you really match your words with your actions. So thank you so much.
That's what we try to do. And before we forget, Steven, let's say hi.
Steven Fernandez here. Great to meet you all and be on the podcast tonight.
For sure. And let's see if we have anybody in the chat currently. Bam. Oh, no, just me, Sneaky Ant, watching from my phone. Great. Awesome.
Hey.
It's cool. Can't win them all the time, but you never know. You know, small circle. It's always less is more.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into this. You hit me up a couple weeks ago, and you were like, hey, I'm doing this thing. It's like my last Miss pageant. I'm going to rep Southeast LA. And I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
But basically, you told me what?
Well, that I really thought about this process, you know, whether I was going to do it or not, because it's like I'm 29 years old, I'm about to get married, you know, I just thought that I'm old and burnt out, you know, but when I was reached out with this opportunity, I thought, okay, all right, what is the purpose behind this? Because being in a pageant is not what you think it is. For those of you who think it's just about glitz and glamour,
well, like Miss Congeniality, I think did somewhat. I mean, mixed bag, but I think there was a little bit of a disservice done the way they portrayed like the women and like the pageantry. You know, like because I was totally misinformed until we started talking about it. Like,
yeah.
Basically, that movie is my reference for what pageantry is.
You want to know where this comes full circle? Miss Congeniality, that pageant that they satire off of, you know, it's actually the pageant that I'm in right now.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Miss U.S.A., right? Yeah, that's like...
Miss United States. She's Miss United States, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. And here's the funny part. Sandra Bullock's character name is Gracie LaFreebush,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Isn't that funny?
So you're literally Sandra Bullock right now.
I am Sandra Bullock right now. And the last pageant that I was in, I represented HP. I was Miss Huntington Park. That was amazing. That was such a great experience.
Huntington Park in the house.
Huntington Park.
Y'all don't know.
I'm pretty sure that makes Sandra Bullock Gracie.
Oh, my mind just was...
Yeah, but going back to the question you asked me, you know, about... And I told you what, I really looked into it, and I'm like, okay, well, this isn't a seasonal thing for me, right? Representing Southeast LA isn't something that I do for the season of the pageant season. It's something that I am very proud of. I love Southeast LA and all the little cities that compose it. Bell, Maywood, Huntington Park, Downey even counts, right? Southgate.
I mean, if you want to get technical, this is an ongoing battle that's happening like to this day between community members and politicians and like interest groups. Is like, what is Sela? Like, where is it? Like, where does it stop? Like, who, you know?
It's the inner cities, man.
Yeah.
When people tell me like, oh, you're from LA, where should I go? I'm like, go to Southeast LA. That's where you got to go. That's where you're going to find the colors, the food, the culture. And now that the first generation kids are growing up, we're giving back to our community. So we're making it, you know, we're developing it.
We're gentrifying it.
We're gentrifying it in our own very way. So that's what ultimately sold me on the vision. I was like, whoa, this is bigger than me. This is not about me winning a title or a crown, right? Like, this is about putting Sela on the map, you know, because I do feel that we're underrepresented, but that's an old story. it's not a story I want to keep on. You know, we're not.
No,
we're
at
not.
this point, I just tell people we're very like do-it-yourself, artsy, like resilient. Like that's, you know, I'm not. Stop saying under-resourced or underrepresented.
Nah.
I'm just like, we're just do-it-yourself. You know, like we're on that DIY.
I really do feel that we're artisans. Like I've always, one of my bigger dreams, like if I could speak, huge dreams would be to somehow like make Bell High School a art school, man. You know that Slayer came out of there?
Yeah.
You know, like
And Cypress Hills from Southgate, and yeah.
I mean,
the
we could go
guitars
on
from
and
Slater
on and on.
lived on Hope and Mountain View.
Of course
at
they
the
did.
At the end of
Yeah.
our street, like.
and that's like old stuff, you know. Now if you look at now, it's like, oh, that person and this person and the guy who graduated from Bell High School contributed to the body cams that cops wear now. I mean, did you know that?
Did not know that.
You know, like
yeah.
there's so much, right? And so I feel like
We need a factoid page now. Like, I feel like we need to start developing
fun
like
facts.
yeah.
Well, because I mean, we made it to the city's most miserable. What is it? Top 20.
It's like top 20 most miserable
Miserable city
cities
to live
yeah,
in.
Yeah,
In the
It's
United States?
Huntington
No,
Park.
Huntington Park.
Yeah, Huntington Park in the United States.
Damn.
So
I was like, we're not miserable. Who'd you talk to? Talk to people that are not from here for sure. Talk to some transplants.
according to the census, right? It was a
Oh,
census thing.
yeah, that's right.
It was a
Census.
census thing, but
yeah, our people don't fill that out.
I know. They're gonna call you your home
We have to
and-
do whole campaigns to get them to fill that out. They're not
Yeah.
talking to us.
right? That's funny. That's fun. They're doing whole campaigns to talk to them.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
The
they
census,
really are.
the whole push
Yeah.
to like get
Yep.
the census out was a whole like organized campaign. They paid people to like phone call and door knock to like fill this shit out. It's super important, you know? So
By the way, I'm not a fan of these gallons. This goes against everything that I stand for.
disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Anti-plastic, you know?
Anti-plastic, especially this type. This particular type has BPA in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what causes cancer. So if you do happen to drink out of this, make sure that you don't keep it in this container. If you buy it fresh, right? If you buy this container, because I buy these containers brand spanking new, I make sure not to reuse it. And if I do use it, I use it that one time, and that's why it's not recommended, because you cannot reuse it, contrary to what we think, like reuse.
Recycle, yeah.
No, the plastic starts breaking down, and so that's basically my platform for the pageant.
And that was a perfect segue into freaking water, you know? So just to recap,
Yeah.
pageants are not what people think they are.
Absolutely not.
And you're using the pageant as a platform to talk about bringing healthier, cleaner water to the residents of Southeast LA, right? And it's all based on this Kangen water technology. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's backtrack a little bit, because my background is in water. When I graduated high school 11 years ago, I went to Bell High School.
HP. Spartans, go Spartans.
It's so funny because our streets divided. Where I live, half the street went to HP and the other half went to Bell. So
Yeah, I never saw my homies from across the street in high school because they were somewhere else. They were at
right?
Bell.
It's that division. It's that line that they draw, like what belongs where. Anyway.
Watch each other's houses.
Well,
Got your back.
Hey, those neighbors have called the cops on family members more than once because I have some white family members. So they were like, what is this gringo going into? So they called. Like, my uncle has gotten the cops called because my neighbors across the street are like,
Saw some white guy
yeah.
going through the
It was
window.
like, hey, tight, but also not tight, but also tight. You know?
yeah.
When someone's going through the window.
At least someone's on the watch out. you know?
Yeah. Communities, it's important.
That's what it's about.
So your background's in water.
My
What do you mean?
background's in water.
Elaborate.
So when
Go.
I graduate, when I graduated, I was so split between pursuing theater, and like it makes me smile when I think about theater. Theater, or hydrologist, engineering. I wanted to become an engineer, and I am an engineer. It's just a matter of getting there, right, and collecting that receipt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your certification. But I am just obsessed with water and our aquifers, and like I took an environmental class, and once we learned that there's this only certain amount of fresh drinkable water. Yeah, we are 75% of our planet is water.
And there is a water cycle or whatever, but like you can't drink all that water.
But only 1%.
Can't drink the cloud water, you know.
Only 1% is drinkable, right? It's fresh water.
And then when they talk about how like we're in a drought, like it makes you get freaked out, right? Okay, there's 1% and it's drying up. Like, what's going on?
And it's getting worse and worse and worse. So I started looking into that and how I can become proactive. And so in college, my counselor was like, Mija, one semester you're an actress and the other semester you're an engineer. You got to choose something or you're never going to transfer out, right? Like one semester I was taking all acting courses and the next semester I was in my geology class and like my calculus class.
They lied to you. They limited you with that thought process right there.
So I was like, I'm going to figure out how to do it. I stopped going to school for a bit and then I started going to East LA shortly after. But in between, I managed to book a gig with the environmentalist group, non-activist group, Mujeres de la Tierra. Shout out to Mujeres de la Tierra.
Mujeres de la Tierra.
If I can write for any nonprofit, that's the nonprofit I write for all day, every day. I just love their movement. You'd think that with everything they accomplish, it's like a huge team of them, but it's only 3 women really running the show, and
that's all you need sometimes, huh?
Right? It's just so impactful. So I knew that I had to do both, and because the universe delivers when you really drive with intention, I ended up doing what I wanted to do, and that was educating communities on the importance of water and water conservation through theater. So so
you connected it.
Yeah, and the show is called Telenovelas in the Park. I've been playing the role of Maria de los Remedios for the last 6.
I saw you do that, right?
I did. Oh, you were wearing the shirt too.
Oh yeah. I wore it because we were repping Southeast LA today.
Yeah. So this, you guys can't see the date in the back, but it's all dope. It was July 27th of 2019. We got to perform in the very first Cela Arts Festival, and it was the closing show. So for me, like the symbolism of how it
full circle.
Yeah, I take those. I'm a very grateful person. I don't take those little things for granted. I look up at my angels like, thank you so much. That just was a confirmation for me. So that's my background in water. I've been an advocate for water conservation. We teamed up with LADWP so that we can change the shower knobs on people's showers, and there's these cool little timers.
Oh, that was you, the one that I have to pull every time or else it turns off?
Yeah,
that was your fault.
That is me.
Tight.
Well, that's for actually. I believe that's the gas company, because that's to preserve hot water. It's both. They
figured out that I like that steaming hot.
It's both. It's to also help you with your bills. I don't know, just saying.
I mean, I live in. Never mind. I don't want to disclose my situation. Yeah, whatever. I don't worry about my water. Okay.
Wait on it. Let it just hang.
So yeah, there's that, and then after the shows, we would. My name is Maria de los Remedios, Mary of Remedies. And my family's name in the play is Los Cabezones, the hard knuckleheads, right? And they're obsessed with using plastic bottled water and taking long showers. So after the show, we would have a bunch of family members and kids so how long should my shower be? And and then the parents, so what type of water should I give my kids? And I would just say, definitely not plastic bottled water. She's like, so can I drink out of my tap? And based on what LADW, a lot of what our water is safe, right? To an extent.
If
that makes any sense.
It's not gonna kill you today. It won't kill you tomorrow.
It's a touchy subject.
Like in 10 years, though. In 10 years, five to 10 years, you'll see some effects if you've been drinking. Dude, sometimes I drink tap water because I don't have any water.
Well, I mean,
I'm thirsty right now. I'm dying.
To be honest with you,
cotton mouth or whatever.
When people find out what's in their water, the problem is that they get so freaked out they stop drinking water. They're like, they don't know what water to drink.
And now they're drinking soda. And
yeah, that's worse. No, don't do that.
They start drinking orange juice.
No, yeah.
From high fructose corn syrup orange juice.
You don't want to do. You want to keep drinking water. And so if you must get a Brita, get one. Go to Target and buy one of those affordable $30. You want to remove the carbon at the very least and some the chlorine, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you want to move out. But depending on the municipality that you live in, there could be 600 times more arsenic in your water, or there could be 200 times more chromium hexavalent, which if you haven't seen Aaron Brockovich, you got to jump on it. These movies are actually educating us now. It's not entertainment, guns, and shooting. There's actually some really good stuff out there. And there's a documentary based on that. So maybe we can tag all of that afterwards.
Yeah. So send me whatever links you want. I could put them in the description and people can see all that stuff.
It's a good movie night. And she really, somebody told me that they remind me of Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, that you remind them of Aaron Brockovich?
Yeah. And I was, what did I say?
Sandra
No, that's not Sandra Bullock.
No, I'm saying Sandra Bullock said it.
Oh,
No, imagine if it was Sandra Bullock again, though. That'd be hilarious.
Oh my
gosh. It's Julia Roberts? No.
Julia Roberts. Yeah, she does a great job.
Excellent.
But yeah, so that's really it. And so I decided to use that as my platform because that's already me. That's who I am, right? So look, I personally bought the Kangen system, and that's actually even a controversial unit to buy, apparently. Yeah.
I'm glad that you're bringing that up because most people would be like, I use it must be dope, and just kind of like leave the other side out of it, you know?
No, it's a very, I'm a very transparent person, you know? So
that's why I fuck with you.
He did the manita too. So yeah, but you have free will, man. After I did all of my research, after I went with what feels best, but you can purchase whatever unit. I highly recommend an ionization unit. I highly recommend a pre-filtering unit for under the counter or over the counter. I recommend everything. If you can afford if you live in a home and you can afford a whole house unit so that each and every faucet in that house comes out pre-filtered, and those cost anywhere between 10 to 20 G's. I'm actually looking into partnering up with this one brand. I won't say their name yet until something comes through.
Until they send that check.
No, but until it's like we're in the clear and we understand, because I did have a conversation with them already. I want people to feel like comfortable that I'm the person to come to when they want water advice. It depends. You know, if you travel a lot, the Kangen unit, 100%, this thing travels with you. I actually found out about it in Costa Rica because the girl that I got bunked with. Are you going to Costa Rica, dude?
No, I'm not going to go.
Dang.
Yeah, sorry. No,
Dang.
I can't swing
Dang.
it. I just can't swing it.
Not yet. Next year.
All in due time. Everything is due
Everything
time.
isn't. Nothing should be pressured ever.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there stressing.
Because I'm in like a high, like time sensitive, portion of my life right now with the music and stuff, and everything is like go right now.
Focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Taking out
right?
to Costa Rica would not be the move. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's hard enough finding just a couple of days to be my own person.
Sitting in a tiki hut, with your notepad and a piece of paper.
Hey, that's when I get to that writing. That's when I get over the hump and I'm back on that writing creative. Right now it's about being out there and creating content and being seen and taking the gospel out. Like basically, we're and this is perfect segue again. We're talking about, you want people to come to you to be the water specialist, but you also have this like, oh, you're a pageant girl, right? And that's like there's whole entertainment. There's like a whole entertainment factor to it, and now you're gonna start doing comedy. So like, how do you? And we also have that conversation about how like once you put on the sash, people are like don't want to come to you. So how do you balance all these different spheres of all the things you do that are like all synergistic to you in your mind? They all make sense, right? Like everything has a goal and a purpose and it all fits, but like when people are perceiving you, how does that, there's got to be some kind of disconnect there, just from pop culture and stuff,
Well, I think the more common thing for people to easily judge on would be like, man, she's so scattered, like she doesn't know what she wants, right? And I feel like what we need to normalize nowadays, and whether you like it or not, I think it's the problem in society where you think you're one thing, you could only say you're one thing. We're in a renaissance period right now, man. You're not one thing. You got to be a jack of all trades, but what is it?
A master of some?
Yeah.
Master of some.
A master of some. And so that's what theater taught me. Theater... if I wanted an opportunity, I had to learn how to do crew work. I had to learn how to stage manage. I had to, because, and that's me loving the craft, right? So I feel like as a performer, there's so many routes you can take. You kind of have to be multi-talented. You have to be comfortable with talking to people. You can't be I don't know, maybe some actors are actually pretty introverted, which is interesting because we need those characters to play those introverted characters. Right?
Or like they find freedom in the character, but that's not them. They're like someone else, right? So that's not, and then they go back to themselves like, shell, turtle.
Well, I mean, I guess that's where casting, we're going to get into a whole other conversation with this, but that's where casting comes in play, because I really do feel like they cast accordingly. Like you can't play anything else unless it's actually you.
You think so?
100%. Acting is all
So then, like those
vulnerability.
So then those actors and actresses that you see have like a wide range, like they are those people.
They are those
Like,
people to
they're-
an extent. Yeah, 100%.
You see, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like if you have like like you have a
They
wide
have-
range, then
Why
how
don't
are you
just
ever?
You
gonna
just
be,
tune it
willing
up,
to
I
take
feel.
it in and take it on and like then become it, so you are that person
For that moment, right? Yeah,
Time,
yeah,
there's no
like-
denying
You just
it.
kind of find that piece in you that you can tune up or tune down, right? I feel like, and that's why you have to know how to like leave it in the theater or leave it in because if you take it home, it's crazy. You
Yeah,
do a
of
lot of
course.
exploring.
It's like that there's that Jim Carrey documentary, the Andy Kaufman Jim
Oh,
Carrey
that's
thing.
so good.
I was like, this was psycho. Like this was crazy,
Mhm.
like.
It's a lot. It's a
So
lot.
comedy.
Comedy.
Why? How?
So check
When?
this out. and life is like that. Life will take you. They'll pitch you these opportunities, and you either take them or don't. And I like to run with opportunity. I'm a opportunist, and I'm an optimistic opportunist. So I was looking for
Optimistic opportunity. Now you're dropping bars.
Oh,
you're gonna step
you
into
don't
my. You're gonna
even
step into my
know.
realm now.
You
Damn.
don't even
Next
know.
door.
All right, we'll just jump into the studio real quick.
Yeah.
Get you a fire 16 about being Miss USA. You know.
So after being a comedian, I'm a rapper.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
something.
I mean, here we go.
You see, that's how it happens. Opportunity. So I was looking for a fun and creative way to fundraise for the pageant because pageants are not. They actually, my director, shout out to Tierra, she does an amazing job at getting us gown sponsors, tan sponsors, hair sponsors, makeup sponsors, facial sponsors. Even if some girls feel like they need a little bit of plastic surgery, which is a taboo topic, but I think we can talk about it right now. Ms.Universe brought it up. This last Miss Universe, they talked about how do they feel about girls getting plastic surgery to feel like enough on stage.
And the director will help you figure that out, or what? Like,
No.
they encourage that, or like, where's the taboo? Where does the taboo part come?
The
Is
taboo.
that like you have to be naturally beautiful to compete? Hey man, not all of us have it like that.
Right? I have a great personality, but I need a little alignment on my jaw, which by the way I did get.
Full transparency right here, right?
Well, dude, my jaw was popping. It was like by the time I was 50, I would have had arthritis in my face. So
No, and I mean, honestly, I've had a couple of friends who have get mouth surgeries where they have to break their jaw, line their chin, like
That's
their
what I
teeth are
had.
growing in, and it's it's like there is a health benefit to it. There's also an
Yeah.
aesthetic benefit to it. If it makes you feel good and you're not hurting anybody, go
yeah,
for
my
it.
muscles were
Never
starting
gonna feel
to.
bad about it after.
You're not-
Obamacare paid for that. Thank you, Obama.
Oh.
Brother Barry.
Barack Hussein, Mohammed Hussein.
Yeah, so the comedy show, I keep avoiding it, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, we're gonna get there though. We have
Right.
time, right? I mean, you have time to get there still.
Oh, yeah. So the comedy show, I ended up linking up with an old friend from Bell High School. He was a track B president. If you don't know what tracks are, we live in Southeast LA where tracks were very common. He didn't know what tracks were.
Now people going to HP High don't know what tracks are either.
You guys didn't have track system?
No, they ended
rid of
it.
it.
They ended it.
But you were a track.
I was in a track, but I've gone to do college fairs there where I'm come to UC San Diego, or don't go to school, be an artist. I did both at one point.
Yeah.
And they don't have tracks anymore. The school's super clean because they have a summer where
That's
there's no
good. Well,
kids
that was
there
the
and they
goal.
can clean out, yeah.
It was the goal to develop more schools, right? So when we grew up...
The charter schools? Another taboo.
Are we going to talk about that?
I don't know. It wasn't on the list. But
Wait, we have a list?
oh, whoops. No, it's all free. Top of the dome. Freestyle. We're freestyling.
Yeah. Outlines are good, guys. Outlines are great. Direction.
Ideas, putting down ideas on somewhere that's not in your head, always a good idea.
And there's more power behind it. You can
Manifest.
manifest it faster. There's more power in you writing it than typing
It's
it
the
even.
reason why they call it spelling, because you're casting spells.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. No. Oh,
So,
did I just age myself? I just aged myself.
I
If
didn't
you don't know, you probably need to watch a movie.
Yeah, it's you're probably too young for me.
I just had her watch it. She had never seen
Oh,
it.
no.
She had never seen Half Baked.
Wow.
I've never seen Have Out.
Too young for me.
Wow.
Nah, it's cool. It's a classic though.
You're
It's still,
only like 2 years older than me, dude.
I know that's the joke though, but
He
it all
thought it was his age.
In that 2 years, man.
it still
a lot of
holds
things
up.
happen.
It still holds up. It's like I showed that shit to my roommates in college who were like, you know, let's not say how many more years younger than me, and they were just like tripping out how that movie still holds up somehow. Like,
Yeah,
Cult
it's still
classic.
it's
It's like-
ageless.
yeah,
It's
like,
iconic.
They didn't even use like the effects they used were simple enough where it's not like cheesy now. It's like
I watched it on my dad's Netflix, so I was hoping like maybe he'll click on it after to see like
watch again.
Watch again.
And
No.
then there's that scene where the father and the kid are like, it's like this was trying to figure out how to connect to his son. It's
Yeah.
like hilarious.
No,
Good
your
times.
dad would have been like, oh,
Travel back
there
to
goes
the
Steven
future.
watching those movies.
We should have paused it right
Like
in
this,
that
like
moment.
this, yeah. Oh man.
But yeah,
so,
man.
So comedy, you're gonna
No.
do that. We're not gonna talk about it, but she's gonna do it.
yeah, I'm
So-
just gonna tease you guys with it all night.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
Well, if someone wants to see it though, it's happening on the 5th of
on the 5th,
August.
August 5th, yeah. Well,
In-
Big Chillin' Comedy Club in North Hollywood. It's a Latino night at 6:30. The mic is at 6:30, and then the women's mic at 9 o'clock, which I really admire. I'm like, damn, you guys have a women's mic? That's dope. You know, I like Big Chillin' comedy. So
Big chill.
he's like, all right, cool. We'll donate the proceeds that night, and him and his business partner are right there. And then he looked over at me. He goes, but there's a catch. He goes, we'll dedicate that night to a fundraiser, but you're gonna have to do a 7-minute sketch. And then his homie was like, why you sitting her up like that, bro?
Make her do 15. No.
He's like, nah, give her like a 2-3 minute slot. And then Jonathan just looked at me straight across, and he's like, nah, she could do it, right? You're an artist. And I was like,
Calling
you know
you
what?
out.
I like to earn my stuff.
Calling you out.
I don't like handouts, so yeah. 7 minutes, and guess what? Now I have a 20-minute set. No, just kidding. But I hope
Imagine
you guys can make
20
it.
minutes.
It might as well get the face plant out of the way.
I think she'll be able to handle it.
I,
anyway.
you know,
She's-
I asked each and every one of my actor homies, hey, I'm going to do this, that, and that. Would you like to join me this night? It was hard no. Hard no. They're like, Gracie, comedy is one of the hardest things out there. So wish me luck.
Do you need me to connect you to some people? I got some people in the sketch improv world that might, be down for a cause.
Okay, cool. Maybe so the plan is tonight I'm gonna go scope it out, women's night tonight, because it's Thursday and every Thursday night.
Ladies' night.
Oh yeah,
And the feelings
right.
right.
Oh what
No.
no.
And that's why they love it and always come back, that they always keep coming back
Yeah.
to the Monster Cast.
Oh gosh.
They come for the music, they stay for the convo.
La música. Música
And
maestro.
I guess you haven't written anything, or you've been writing, right? So
I have. I've
is
been
it
exploring.
is it like water jokes or like
There's some water jokes. There's some pageant jokes. There's of course you got to throw in your
You're, like,
family
making fun
under
of
the bus a
yourself,
little
right?
bit.
You're making fun of
There's
yourself
a
a
little
lot?
bit
Yeah.
self-deprecating
Yeah.
stuff.
I think people like that shit, especially when you're good looking
Yeah.
and people think your life's perfect. They want you to talk shit about yourself,
Yeah, like no, I have fake jaw, guys.
Yeah, like my jaw is I had to pay for this.
What did you call me, baby? You told me I had a. He goes, you can literally say you have a jaw of steel because I have
Pins? You
titanium.
have some pins in there.
Titanium screws. Well, so what they did was
So wait, when you go to the airport, do you have to like tell them, or do you beep,
Yeah,
or
how does it look?
it's.
Does it light up the screen?
yeah, do they trip on your face or?
Shoot, guys, I feel bullied. You guys are bullies.
See, I knew I wanted him on for a reason.
So just like go back in one more time. Hold your hands up here.
No,
Beep, beep, beep.
no, they're designed so that they don't go off, so that I could get laser hair removal, so I can live my normal life, guys.
Okay, cool. So it's nothing to see here, folks.
But
Moving
an
along,
X-ray.
nothing to see here.
But I do have. I should have had a picture handy, but that's not something that was in our outline.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could have shared it right there where that little thing's at. It could have, or like right here. The picture could have went right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can definitely pull it up.
No, next time. Yeah, since this is supposed to be a series. She didn't know, but I'm telling her right now.
Oh, welcome to the series.
Episode 1.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Road to the United States. That's the goal, man. And you know why that's the goal? And just to tie it back to pageantry and the purpose and all that, I felt, so the opportunity came up to be Miss West Coast first. Participate in Miss West Coast. Okay, cool. Looked at the date. I can't make it. Sorry. She goes, this is a preliminary to Miss California. And I'm like, oh, Miss California United States? She's like, yeah. And then I'm like, so potentially I could be Miss United States? I mean, my whole life growing up, they told me I could be a Miss President. My whole life, I was class president. I had all my teachers tell me, mija, you could be a president, right? I think that's what the teacher's job.
Can do it.
They're supposed to tell other students that. But I feel like this was like a vision for me. Like, oh shoot, I can educate the whole country for a whole year. That's gonna be my platform. That's potentially what I could do, not just with the year with California, but the year with Miss United States. So it'd be 2 years of like state at a state platform, and then and eventually international, but a national platform. You know, this is a national problem, guys. And eventually worldwide. We don't want to see a war over water. That's gonna be a scary day. Right.
I mean, that already causes mass migrations and refugees. Like, people can't grow food. There's no water.
Africa, look at Africa, guys. You know what I mean? It makes me wonder. A lot of our water is transported. You know that LA, the water travels about 260 miles for it to get to us because it comes from the Colorado River. So,
shout out Colorado, keeping us hydrated.
Thank you. You know,
thanks.
we actually get water.
War with.
No civil wars over water. Crazy.
Yeah, it takes.
Someone's gonna write that movie. I want credit for that.
Right, go patent it, or what is it? You have to copyright it, trademark it.
Yeah.
Spend $10,000 doing that.
I'm just gonna call Mr. Spielberg and be like, "Yo, I got an idea. I need a check though."
Or you know what we could do? We could just write it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I want to empower people now that we're on this, amazing podcast, dude. This is so dope.
This is tight, right?
Yeah, this is cool, man. This is my very first. I don't know why I sat down feeling like I had done this before, and I'd never done this. So thank you for popping my cherry.
You were ready. You were ready for it.
Yeah.
The moment presented itself. You were ready.
Right?
It's all
Opportunity.
you.
You just run
It's
with
all
it. You just run with it. But thank you so much for having me on.
No,
here.
yeah. Honestly, the whole point of this podcast, when I'm consistent with it, because it's like really hard to be consistent with this particular segment. Like, we're here every Monday night on Twitch, or every other Monday, and we're like freestyling, and we're talking about
Sick.
Marvel and DC, and I'm talking about like psychedelic research and laws passing. By the way, Democrats trying to federally decriminalize, legalize weed. That would be dope, right? Another time. But the whole point is to for my friends and people I know who are doing tight shit to get them somewhere where they could talk about it, and then have little videos they can cut up and put it on their Instagram and be like, look at the tight shit that I'm doing. That's the whole reason for it, because I feel like a lot of people don't have the tools or
it's intimidating,
or the know-how.
It's intimidating.
I'm blessed to know how to run all these fucking cables. It looks like a jungle in here, you know what I mean? We have the gear for other things. This is something that we can do for people who are doing cool shit in their own realm, but they're not doing this. So how do we just put them here so that they can use all of my experience and knowledge so that they can get their message out.
Thank you.
Because you can have a message to put out, but if there's no one to help you get the word out, then so it's people like you.
And it's the first time in history where you don't need to go on TV or get in the newspaper or figure out how to get on the radio. You could just do it. People could do podcasts from their cell phone. They just record it and it goes direct, and it's we're in a crazy age.
It's a renaissance period. It's a renaissance period, man. We're so
Street
much
rebirth.
we're not
That's
one
what's
thing.
If you want it, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's
And
no excuses of I couldn't find the director.
Right.
Nope.
There was nobody. No one wanted to give me the funds. It's
There's an abundance.
Do you have a smartphone?
So check this out. This is where it gets ironic. There's an abundance of technological resources, but there is starting to be a huge lack in natural resources. So the more we speed up, that's where I have always wondered, what would it be like for the world to just slow down? And then COVID happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be careful with what I wish for, because
someone actually told me they were like, yo man, this was just the result of the whole everybody needing a break. The whole world
100%.
was casting we need a break spell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been confused why people drive to work for fucking 30 years of well, why doesn't he just do it from home in his pajamas?
Yeah, dude. So
I think people got a taste of that and
they were
most liked it,
Yeah, no, I mean there was a whole real estate crisis because like people started selling office buildings. Like we don't even need this shit no more. You know, like get rid of this building.
Yeah, the overhead. Overhead what? You don't need that.
For what?
I can work
Yeah,
from.
like.
And I actually encouraged a lot of my friends and family, like, if you can work from home, fight to work from home. If you got the work done.
No, and then all the data came out is like people are more productive. People can actually do their jobs in less time.
Kids
like,
are happier.
Yeah. Like your employees are happier. There's less. Yeah, there's less complaints. There's less
smog in the air. I always have to throw in the
mistakes.
environmental stuff.
True. It's so true because I've seen like right in our street when they shut down the road for a little bit, like everything just.
Yeah, get a little closer,
greener,
baby. You're a little too far from us.
I am right here.
No, yeah, you're here.
I'm right here.
Yeah, nah. Well, I'll boost you later.
You know, so I definitely we can see that from our house. You've been in our house and we have a view and like you visually see it.
Like it just cleared up and shit.
It was
like
clear for weeks, you know,
yeah.
and then once things started kicking back
Going
on,
again.
you know.
No, yeah, I think when they
went
grounded
right
the
back to
planes,
it, yeah.
like the temperature dropped or whatever. There was like a degree change.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, the planes, like from there not being any planes, like temperature like changed and like. Yeah.
Hey, you think they took any studies on this? Like probably geologists and environmentalists were.
Oh no, yeah, I'm
like,
sure that they were like
everything.
this is never gonna happen again. Probably
Yeah,
right. It's
so
like
I bet there's gonna be a lot of cool data that comes out of this period.
Little did we know there's probably like 2 million freaking Amazon trucks that popped up on the roads.
Oh, that's right.
We were all like locked down. Those ones were still driving.
You know that Amazon produces so much plastic, it could wrap around the earth right now 6 times. You know, all that bubble wrap, the packaging. So I always have to throw in the environmental.
No, that's the point. This is your purpose of being here.
I can't help it.
No, and I mean we
feel bullied.
We've covered. Stop. Pause. No, we've covered. You know, I've talked about how like Bitcoin is actually like a crazy greenhouse, a carbon maker because it's like burning through electricity. It's like so expensive. To create Bitcoin, that it's actually like not green. So there was this whole like, you know, they were talking shit to Elon Musk. He was like, yo, you're trying to be like Tesla environmentalist, but you're over here burning a hole with this Bitcoin shit, you know?
Well, here's a controversial subject. We're pushing the whole Tesla thing, which I'm a fan of, right? Like the idea of like not having to utilize gas.
Yeah.
And, you know, potentially stop invading other countries for their oil, their raw crude oil, whatever.
I concur.
Yeah, so, como se dice, but with these batteries, they're huge, these car batteries. So where are they going to be dumped? Because if we have a battery seeping into our ground, you know, our earth, and then into our water, then we're stepping into some crazy stuff that we can't reverse, right?
Let's go even a step back. Where do those batteries come from? Where are those conflict minerals coming from? Where are they getting the lithium for that? Where are they mining the lithium from?
Is it lithium?
I mean, I don't know, but I know that
We
there
need to
was
do the
like
research.
I
don't know my facts on it, but I've heard things.
I know that.
Oh my god!
I know that there have been like criticisms about Apple because a lot of the minerals that are used to make these phones are coming out of like the Congo and different places in Africa where it's like, you know, the treatment, you know, like the whole environment and the settings and like the whole workplace is not what we would consider to be like humane and shit.
You mean it's radioactive?
Or like, you know, it's like they're working them to like the point of like, you know, like exhaustion and like
yeah, and then they have that material and they're going to a place and they're gonna get robbed for
it.
You know, that's why I bought a Kangen machine compared to like Tien or whatever other companies are out there, because there's a lot of integrity in how they make business. They're a original equipment manufacturer, which means that they don't outsource any of like the screws down to the box that it comes in.
So they can like control quality control, waste control, all that.
And your machine is built not by an assembly line, but like one person. You can trace that barcode back to one engineer who put that together.
All right, so if it's fucking up, I know who to call, bro.
You know who to call. Okinawa. If it's made in Japan, then you know. I can't. Have you been to Japan? I feel like you have.
No.
No.
It's gonna happen though.
Oh, it is gonna happen. I can't.
They're going through their own thing though. Japan's like with the Olympics and all of that.
Oh, that's right.
COVID and the Olympics.
That's right.
And it's like the people are like chill with all these foreigners, you know, and the government's like bring on the money, you know, bring us the money, you know, ad revenue.
Yeah.
So we already sold these contracts. This money's been spent already. These Olympics are happening, you know.
And they're like making all kinds of new rules for them.
Yeah,
And
it's-
alcohol, like
It's crazy.
A lot of weird stuff.
There's a lot
going
of
on
weird
there.
stuff going out there.
Yeah.
The world's in a weird place right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tragic optimist strikes again. I can't.
Tragic or tragic optimist? Is
Tragic
that-
optimist.
That's like
I got called that.
oxymoron right there.
I got called a tragic optimist when I graduated, like my first year in college. I was a freshman. I was fresh out of high school. They're like, you know who you are? You're a tragic optimist.
And were you
because
like, I feel bullied?
I feel good. No, I took it as a compliment. I'm like, you know what? Tragic to you because to you're what's that word when you are not neurotic but
Like scorn?
constantly living cynical.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, cynic.
I'm like,
Pessimist. Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
cynical person, my love. You know, so
You hit him with the love too, like pshoo, love power.
if I could, this is something I want to start. If I could, when someone's being like crazy mean, and we all have those crazy encounters sometimes, I just want to have glitter on hand and just be like,
Really escalate the situation depending on.
and then just
That's a flair for the dramatic if I've ever heard of one. I want to glitter them. Psh.
and be like, explain that to your wife. Have a good day.
And then hit him with the stripper like perfume.
Okay, I didn't say no.
Or the
But-
perfume has the glitter in
See
it.
how the rest of your day goes.
Dude, how did time fly so fast?
When you're having
Having a
great
good time,
conversation,
right?
it goes by. And we were talking about interesting shit that you're
Yeah.
passionate about.
You're passionate about.
I love to hear what my friends are up to. That's the whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
And we didn't even cover everything we want to talk about because we were supposed to get into comedy. Oh wait, we did that. Yeah.
Touch.
Yeah.
Touched on it.
She was trying not to do it, but we did that.
But we did it. We did it. You guys, August 5th at Big Chillin' Comedy in North Hollywood.
And then the pageant is when?
The pageant is that weekend, so the comedy night will be like a kickoff to send me off. That's Thursday night, and then Friday I'm a pack. Saturday I meet with the judges, and Sunday is a show day where you guys get to come sit in the audience, show up. I was really excited that I was going to be in Downey, but it's going to be in Valencia now. We're trying. Yeah, I know. Bummer. Construction issues. Is what happened.
Allegedly.
No, it is. You know, I just.
Well, you said she's dope, right? So we'll just
She's-
give her
I
we'll
met
give her
her
the
today.
benefit of the doubt.
No, really, I met her today, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm safe. I'm in safe hands. She's dope, and she associates herself with like really cool people. I've already met a few of her partners, and you know what? I'm blessed beyond measure. So thank you, Tierra, again for your coaching today. August 5th, guys, the comedy show. We'll link everything at the bottom. The GoFundMe account should be definitely up and available. If you want to donate a few bucks, every dollar stretches. Those proceeds, a portion of those proceeds, will be paying for my dress, my hair, my makeup. All those things are surprisingly expensive. But again, Tierra, you got great sponsors to help us out with that, but it's still a little over the budget. And another the portion of those proceeds are going to go to our unhoused, Hydrate the Unhoused community in Skid Row, which SHNEAKY made a very dope video for. Maybe you can link that too.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw it.
Shared it with the
That's
team.
awesome.
They were in love. They're like, wow, this is so cool. You got to teach me how to put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
All right, yeah, it's not that hard.
There's like 2 videos up there,
It's super easy. It actually just hit like 2 buttons and then you type. And
but from
then,
my phone.
Yeah, I think you might have to download YouTube Studio, but it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to do it
Okay, cool.
Or if not, laptop. That's why I'm gonna email to you, so you can do it from
Yeah.
your laptop or anything.
Yeah, we'll link that in the bottom too, or maybe can I link that on the GoFundMe page so that people could see where like.
I mean, if GoFundMe lets you put stuff, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think there is a link actually. So all
Yeah,
of
so
that will
we'll
be.
link up to the GoFundMe so people can donate, and if they want to learn more, your platform will be on there. There'll be videos, pictures, all that good stuff.
Yes. And again, thank you, SHNEAKY. So I feel so blessed to be in.
Hey girl, you
your-
called me, so you know that's just.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
you
true.
called me, I just showed up. Like I didn't
Yeah.
do. You did the hard part. I feel like
Yeah.
asking for help is always the hardest
Oh,
part.
it's
you
so
know?
hard. It really is, and that's why he's like, why don't you just work hard and pay everything yourself? And I'm like, well, that's what pageants are about. They're about reaching out to your community and putting your people up with you, you know, so that they can get, you never know, like that one sponsorship, somebody needed a water service, or somebody needed some type of service that you promoted, and, you know, you just never know the type of connections that you can make. And I love that. So again, thank you for listening to me.
No, and I do. I mean, I'm telling you, like, it's so cool when, like, you know, people who are doing cool shit. Like, it's like I can't like
Stress
mention that
yeah,
enough. It's
yeah.
like when you have people in your circle and they're doing stuff they're passionate about, and it's like they're trying to make a difference, or they're like helping, you know, communities that are struggling, or, you know, they have a message that you know is bringing positivity. Like
Yeah.
that, I think that's so cool. Like that thing, I think that's like the coolest thing about my friends. I feel like is that they're all doing like cool, interesting stuff, trying to change the world. Like that's why we're friends, you know.
Yeah.
So like anything I could do to
100.
like shine a light on that, or, you know, bring more people in and help with that. Like, yeah, sometimes I don't. My Instagram is just sharing other people's stuff. Like I don't even. I'm not even posting. I'm just like, oh, this is cool. Like this is cool. Like, you know, like, hey, everybody who follows me, like check out all this cool
Have
stuff.
you ever
know?
heard this saying, if it's not about them, it's broken?
No.
We got coached on that, and I really like that, because he was giving us business advice, entrepreneur advice, and he was like, hey, man, if it's all about you and making money, your system's broken. You got to figure out how to give back. You have to figure out how to really make it about them. How are you, what is it that you're selling that services them?
I mean, that was my hardest thing about being in sales, like, especially like when I was at GameStop and I was trying to sell like reservations and subscriptions, and it's like, this is not helping these people. You know, I was always had a problem like trying to like sell something that
shallow.
It's like, okay, how can you be of service, right?
Yep.
Like the best businesses are the ones that offer like a legit service, and they're doing like, they're fulfilling a need that people have, and that's why they're successful, right? So like, if you're not connecting with people and figuring out what they need, and how you can help them, then you're not going to have a successful business model. You know?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We're going to
you
go ahead
have
and
to get out of here for sure.
shadow some people and take some comedy notes.
Your Instagram, your anywhere where they can reach you, that you want to just give a shout out to the people, or are you going to wait till the link in the description?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. If people want to, if you have your phone out right now, it's Gracie.la. It's Gracie.la_. Yes, I love LA, but that's actually my full name. It's Graciela, and of course it wasn't available, so I chopped it up with some punctuation marks. But it's
and now
taking
you're hard.
Now
LA,
it's just like
Gracie LA.
Yeah, everybody's like, "What's up, Gracie LA?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, okay."
Yeah, you're like, that is me.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Well, Steven, thank you for being here as a support. You know,
Yeah,
you were definitely a support system. It's always
the appreciation to you, because like without you doing what you're doing, people actually seeing what we're doing down in Skid Row of handing out water like that, like putting it in the forefront of their vision. You can't really see or feel what we're doing until you're helping us.
God is gonna multiply your abundance for sure, man.
Hey, I already have it. You know, I'm just trying to pay it forward at this point.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, because everybody, it's, you know, we're kind of in a water cult now, and everybody like I was telling you, like, or I don't think I was telling you, but this is another thing that comes up often. It's like everybody has, you know, when someone's being super positive and they're not in a good mind state, they always want to be like, oh, that person's fake, or like it's an act. It's an act. It's fake. It's like not real. Like you don't really care about people. You're not giving out water. Like that's just an act, you know. But then like you put your feet and your body where your mouth is at, and you walk in and you do it, and then you're like, oh,
this is
now
real.
what? Like
this is real.
Say what you will.
You know what?
Homie.
There's a payoff, because at the end of the day, I mean, it feels great when you walk around with your heart full of love. Like, there's nothing better.
Dude,
so,
driving home after that, I was like, dude, my whole day is dope now, because I get to tell people I was handing out water on Skid Row. Like, makes me feel dope to be able to say I was part of that, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of something dope.
It goes around, you know, let's just keep each other connected. Let's link arms. We're stronger that way. So, again, you guys.
Like right now? Should we link right now? All right. This has been Monstercast Recognition and Respect. I'm going to be doing this more and bringing people to chat about all the cool stuff they're doing. Thank you, Gracie, Miss Southeast LA, Miss California, future Miss United States.
Yes.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you for all the work y'all are doing. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you're just getting here or you're watching the replay, all this stuff will be on YouTube in a couple of days, and it'll have descriptions and all that cool stuff, so you can donate and be part of the movement.
Yeah. Thank
Peace.
you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Double the buckets and double the Dutch. Double it up. Okay. Double the buckets and double the Dutch.